But today we're gonna talk about the freaking solar eclipse. Hey MY team, it's your girl MAEVUIM. Hi, I'm interested in music and astrology, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, go check out my music video if you haven't already. Okay, so I really never really paid attention to solar eclipse in detail like how I did with this one because it's in Aries. And I have a lot of Aries placements in my birth chart. I have an Aries rising and an Aries Jupiter, and my Jupiter's in the 12th house, so that's an amazing placement. It's crazy because like I started working with this girl. Her name is Mars, and Aries is ruled by Mars. And basically a lot of things have been happening. Like a lot of things have been happening this last week, and I just wanted to inform you guys about what's going on. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, and thank you Megan, and there's a couple other people that donated to me since this event happened. Back in November, maybe October of last year, I did make a work discrimination video. And if you checked it out, you check it out. If you're not. Basically, the whole synopsis is I would left that job because it was not a safe area for a woman like me. Seriously, and I'm really tired of waiting on people to get their shit together when it comes to embracing everybody in the workplace. Seriously. Whatchamacallit? When I left that job, I didn't have another job lined up. I thought I did. That opportunity didn't go as planned. And for the best, because seriously, that job seemed like it wasn't shit anyways. Since then, because after that, I really had probably like a couple $1,000s saved in my bank account then, right? And I went to Vegas because I'm just crazy like that. I'm like, my 24th birthday is around the corner. I'm not gonna sit here wallowing in doubt, even though I didn't have a job lined up or a lot of money saved up to really go, hypothetically, in theory. I still fucking went because I'm like, I went to go see Usher. It was my golden 24th birthday, and I released a music video. Insane. I'm like, if I'm gonna do it big, I'm gonna do it big. I have a Jupiter in Aries. It's go big or go fucking home. So when I went to Vegas, okay, I went with like my last of last. My old coworker, before I left that job, he gave me $40 in cash. And I know it may not seem like a lot, but to him, he was so sweet and sincere. He knew how I was feeling about that job. He knew like music was my passion, right? And I'm telling you how this might relate to the eclipse and what's going on. And just stay with me is what I'm saying, okay? He gave me $40 because I did do it properly. I did place a 2-week notice before I left. He knew, and on my last day, he gave me $40 in cash. That was like the only physical cash that I've had. I really don't save money physically. I took that last $40 when I went to Vegas. I probably had like more or less of like 500 or something in my bank account, my main bank account, probably like $2 with that money. Okay, when I checked into my hotel in Vegas, they were trying to say, oh, it's a $56 fee if you want to check in early to this stupid ass hotel. It wasn't even the Bellagio or anything. It was just some regular themed hotel that I found within my budget. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna check in early. I'm gonna just gamble. And I took a risk with the $40 that he gave me because our big $500 for the 4 or 5 day stay that I was there was not gonna really last me much. But I have faith for some reason. When I went there, I went to the blackjack table and I played for about a couple hours, and by the end of it, I won $800 out of the $40 that my old coworker made. And this just made me feel like MAEVUIM has the Midas touch. So I took that money, I checked in early because I was very tired. I was up since like 5 a.m. I didn't get to Vegas till like 10, okay? Because they're a couple hours ahead. Anyways, they was mad that I took their money, and I checked in and I clocked into my room. Checked into my room. The room was okay. It was like a Crown Plaza situation. Not all that, but it wasn't horrible, I guess, to say the least. I was on the 15th floor. So the first 48 hours, I was having fun. I went to the art museum. You guys know me, I'm an artist. I went to the art museum. Then I got a notification like somebody's like, hey, Shaggy's coming for free tonight to perform. I'm like, oh, I know Shaggy. And I went there. That was free. So it's like, damn, I was already going there to see Usher. I was going there to try to make connections for music with my music video dropping on my birthday, November 24th. So this is Thanksgiving weekend, by the way. I spent my birthday Thanksgiving in Vegas for the first time. My first time like really solo traveling with nobody, no plans. Just me and God, honestly, in Sin City. Me and God in Sin City. Can you believe that? Okay. So as I'm there, I'm having fun. A lot of Vegas people, they have just this own aspect to them. The next day is Thanksgiving, so I went to Tao to eat, okay? It was in the evening, and I went alone. I dressed cute in a nice black dress and some cute jewelry. I barely took any pictures because it was dark. And I'm explaining the situation and why it ties into the solar eclipse, so please just stick it out with me, okay? As I'm eating there, I had an amazing meal, and they had a big old Buddha statue. Like, that whole energy in that Tao restaurant was sacred to me. Maybe that's why it was so dark. It was like black and red. Everything was like black and red, giving like bistro, okay? Whole time, the Tao restaurant was a nightclub at night too as well. So I ate there, and then I left. I got a driver. It was an expensive ass driver. I was kind of having fun with the money that I made, because also my first night there in Vegas, I won an additional $1,000 off another blackjack table I was playing with, because you could put like a little it was like a 2-bet table where you could put like a $5 bet on something, and every time you win a hand, you can like hit a button and it does like spin the wheel. My wheel ended on $1,000 plus the money I made from the play. And so I'm like, okay, May, is this crazy? You came up with little to nothing and you already up almost $2,000. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna chance it no more. And I stopped gambling after the first day. So I had like basically $2,000 in my pocket, and that's like probably some of the most money I've had in a minute since I left that job. And I didn't tell nobody about it. I'm like, it's nobody's freaking business. So when I was just chilling, hanging out with the money, I locked it in the safe whatsoever. I took some of it and enjoyed it to go traveling and getting more expensive Uber Blacks, like really enjoying like a life that I really see myself living long term. Like I'm not somebody who's meant to be an NPC. I'm meant to be somebody who uses their brain, essentially. So let's circle back to the Tao restaurant and me eating there on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the 23rd, the day before my birthday. I think I get done a little late, probably like a 9 or 10, and then I got an expensive Uber Black, or it was like valet service. They were so sweet. Like, I love valet service, and that's just like really dedicating me to work hard, like continue working hard. Because when I got there, the valet driver, he was so funny. He's like, ma'am, I get the door, you don't touch the door. I'm like, first in the street bag, okay? Even though it was like $45 from the restaurant back to my hotel, he keeps asking me, why'd you pick this place? I'm like, I didn't know. I really wasn't familiar with the place, and this is what I just chose. He's like, man, I could have got you something. I'm like, yeah, but I'm about to go to sleep. I'm so tired from eating. He's like, what? This is the driver. He's like, what, you gonna go to sleep? This is Vegas. You don't sleep until you get back. I'm like, Alan, what are you saying to me? And then he's like, no, you need to go out. You're young. You acting like you're an old lady. And I'm like, he's right. My whole life I've had to be mature and an adult for myself. My entire life. And I'm like, you're right. Let me just live and be young. I'm about to turn 24. Golden 24. Okay? And he's like, no, go out. Have fun tonight. There's a club in the restaurant that you ate. They let girls in free and they give you a free drink. Change and like have fun. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm sold. So I went back out to the hotel, changed into my red outfit. And I had fun. I went out and I met another girl with the same birthday as me, 11/24. We were both turning and celebrating our golden 24. She came with another friend. They were so sweet. They're from Detroit. And if you see this video, hey loves, I still remember y'all. Don't think I forgot. I still remember y'all. So we went there. We were clicking up together. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. And we went to Tao. So this is the second part. It wasn't like they took the restaurant from downstairs and made it the club. Like, no, there was an upstairs part of Tao that was a club. It had a bar, 2 bars. It was really nice. Really, really, really nice. 10 out of 10. And we went there, and the bartender's like, well, you can sit in this booth right there because you look good. I'm like, okay. So we went there. Me and the other 2 girls were hanging out, talking, getting to know one another. Like, yeah, we came here first because the other 2 people that we came with are coming a day later. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, I'm here to celebrate my birthday. She's like, oh, is it today? I'm like, no, it's in a few hours from now. And it's my golden birthday. She's like, no way, shut up. I'm like, yeah, it's her birthday. as we're going about a night, I was drunk. Okay, well, I wasn't like 10 out of 10 drunk, but like I'm a lightweight. I don't drink. So after 2 drinks, I was so okay, and I had to sit down. We were dancing, having fun, listening to Latin music, hip hop music, and I just sat down. And then the girls were like, well, we gotta go pick up our friend from the airport, and like, are you gonna be okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'll call my ride in a few hours here. I just want to sober up. And they're like, okay. We had fun. We exchanged numbers, this and that. As I'm sitting down, this is where I met Mr. Vanilla Baby. Okay. And he came up to me. I guess he was spying me down the whole club, but I was just turning up, having fun. Came up to me, touched my thigh like he one of them guys trying to be smooth with it. He's like, hi, what's your name? I'm like, my name is May. What is your name? He's like, oh, my name is Brennan. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm probably going to have to bleep that out. And he's like, May, what's your last name? I told him my last name. And we're talking. Mind you, it's like, it felt like a Cinderella story. Because I'm like, my birthday's at midnight. I gotta go. But basically, guys, I met him. And we were talking for like 2 hours. He was an Aquarius. Well, he is an Aquarius. Aquarius love communications and deep conversations, and he offered me a drink. He's like, damn, you're tall. I'm like, no, I'm just wearing heels. I'm 5'6" without them. He's like, oh, okay. We're talking. I only drank, like, the cup was huge, and they filled the drink to the brim. I probably only drank like that much. I'm like, I can't drink no more. I know he was feeling some type of way because the drinks was expensive, baby. Okay. And I'm like, well, I gotta go soon. And I looked at the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's my birthday. He's like, what, is your birthday? I'm like, yeah, I'm 34, finally, thank God. He's like, oh, that's amazing, happy birthday. I'm like, thank you. I guess somewhere along the lines we exchanged numbers. I don't remember, but I guess we did. And I told him, well, I gotta go because I'm not feeling so good. And tomorrow was the day of the concert, and I wanted to enjoy my last day in Vegas, just having fun and just splurging a little bit because I want a little bit of money. And he's like, oh. And I left, and the next day, he hit me up, whatever, and I'm just kind of explaining the situation, like I said, because I'm trying to get you guys to understand what's been going on these last 5 months with me and why I feel like I'm finally gonna get exactly what I want to. Like, I'm not playing. Like, it was the next day. It was my actual birthday. Okay, I woke up and I saw this text message. He's like, hey, did you get home? I meet to your hotel safe. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, did you want to still hang out today? I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah. He's like, you always work out at the lake. So I want to show you to a lake here in Nevada. I'm like, okay, sure. It was in the morning time, so I'm like, okay, cool. That turned out to be a whole 360, and I'm like, well, I wanted to really get a dress for the concert tonight because I didn't like the one I was gonna wear. It was white and it was tight and it was giving day dress versus like an evening. And he's like, okay, yeah, we can go wherever you want. I'm gonna get you whatever you want. I'm like, okay, boy, stop playing with me. He's like, no, I'm dead serious. He's like, we can go to the mall. Went to like 3-4 different spots, and he paid for it all. Even down at the end of it, I'm like, oh, this would be so cool if you actually came with me. And he's like, well, let's go. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna buy you different tickets. Just sell yours. I'm like, okay. I sold it, and he came. We had a great time. He was sweet. It was fun. Fast forward, we ain't even talking no more. Fast forward to now and what was going on, because I didn't have a job during that time frame, right? It was so sweet of him, seriously, like, to, like, relieve some stress. Like, I feel like I needed that experience to relieve some stress going on in my life. Fast forward to the experience, dude. I was, like, 3-4 months backed up in rent, okay? And I didn't know what to do. They were sending me big old packets of stuff, putting me on blast in my building, like, hey, you're due for court. You gotta show up in housing court and get this situated. And so as I'm going through this situation with the housing thing, I have no idea what to do. Me and Mr. Vanilla, they kind of fell off and we weren't really talking, and that's like kind of concluded that chapter with that. So I hit up my ex. Like, I had an ex from 6-7 years ago, the crazy Capricorn ex. I know I wouldn't recommend you do this, but I did it anyways. He always trying to make a scene like you doing something for me. Like, dude, okay, now it's time for me to put you to the test. I remember showing up to housing court, and I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm in a situation where I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And they're threatening to, like, you know, kick me out of my apartment, basically. And I'm like, the lawyer's asking for a settlement and how we're gonna move forward is for like $400. Because I ain't had nothing. Like, all that money that I made for Vegas and stuff, I paid for what I could pay for with the money I had backed up. And I even sold my car because my car wasn't shit. To make something work, okay? So he's like, well, I can cover you. This is my ex. My ex-boyfriend, I've been talking to like almost 6 years, not my ex-husband. And I'm like, you really gonna do that? He's like, yeah, I can pay for it if it means that I can help you any way, shape, or form. And then basically, he sent the money immediately. And I talked to the lawyer. I'm like, I do have the funds to cover this and we can settle something out. And she's like, yeah. Whole time, it's crazy how God works. Because like, whole time, because he decided to show up. I don't know, maybe this is a shift in divine feminine. And this is what's leading to the solar eclipse conversation I'm going to have. Because I spoke to this man in 6-7 years. And when we were together, our relationship was pretty much like equally yoked. But we were young. We were like 16, 17 when we were together. It's been a long ass time since we talked. I haven't talked to the dude in 6-7 years. So when he sent that money, I'm like, yeah, I do have the funds to cover the fee for the settlement for this housing situation. Because the program and me having a clean background, they were able to clear out all the expenses that I owed for that 3-4 months that I wasn't working. Like, we're talking $7,000-$8,000 because of my ex helping me pay for the lawyer to get the settlement cleared, everything cleared on my balances, so I wouldn't have an eviction on my record anymore. It's gone, and zero, brought my balance up to a zero for my apartment. My apartment's not a bad place. It's not in a bad place. Like, I guess the city, they really value the reputation. And if you, like, I guess you got good credit and you got a good, like, you don't have no record, that puts you in a program for assistance that makes sure, like, hey, we can help you if you ever fall below, fall hard times. So they did. And it's like, oh my God. When I found out that I got cleared, they cleared the whole balance. The 3-4 months that I was behind, and then they paid then a couple months after. So they like, yeah. So I had like $2,000-$3,000 paid off my future month's rent to get me back on my feet. And I'm like, God is amazing. Seriously, like that Jupiter in the 12th house. I have a Jupiter and Aries in the 12th house. It's no joke. Okay. All of this, to say this is like, now moving forward, here's some recent events that's been going on with me, right? With my apartment balance still being clear, I still don't have to pay rent until May, honestly. Like, that's how much they cleared out. Like, I was not working, and I just started a new job about a month ago, okay? I'm already dealing with some shit, and I hate to speak like this. Like, I'm already dealing with some shit, and I'm like, oh, how are we gonna make it through? Because I'm not sitting here playing with nobody, okay? I'm dealing with some sexual harassment from a leader in this job, and I'm already having conversations with the general manager and human resources, like bullshit 2.0, seriously. And it's sad because I try to communicate with some people in my family about updates with me, and it's like, it's always something negative. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting tired of not speaking up for myself and being timid about speaking up for myself because of how I feel of people who may perceive me. I'm tired of caring about what people think about me. I straight up told this individual, watch how you talk to me and watch your tone when you speak to me. That's it. And this individual is known for just gossiping instead of taking accountability for what I'm saying and really analyzing what I'm saying to understand who I am. Everything, this person is always the victim, always the victim, always the victim. I'm like, you know what? Watch how you talk to me. And I was speaking to another individual that asked me to scout, this is people in my family, by the way, scout out a model for their music video. And I said, don't use my name. Like, don't even make any mentions of us being related, because I've had such horrendous traumatic experiences with this one individual. And like, why can't I use your name? Why can't I tell them that I know it? I'm like, because don't. For my reputation, no. It's a security thing. I said no. And this whole past, this incident from the sexual harassment at this new job and trouble within the individuals that are in my family. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and internalize this bullshit, because like, I already know everything I want moving forward requires me to let go of a lot of things. And if that means letting go of people that swear that they have these positions in my life but don't own and live up to the standards of how I'm seeing it, goodbye. I got 4, 5, 6, 7 different scissors. I got this amount of scissors for you, this amount of scissors for you, this amount of scissors for you. And I know it seems very humoristic that I'm really putting in this, but it's like, listen, I got enough scissors and knives to cut anybody off. I'm not even gonna sit here and play with y'all like that. Like, seriously, I'm done like sitting here and people taking advantage of my softness and sweetness. No. I'm honoring my femininity by enforcing boundaries. And if you want to violate my boundaries, goodbye. And as for this solar eclipse, the juice and the marinade of this whole conversation that we're even talking about, the meat of the conversation, is like, I believe moving forward, the entire honoring of the divine feminine is here, because I'm so done like dealing with masculine aspects of life. Like, no, guys who are in the divine masculinity, handle it. I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I'm not gonna raise my tone to nobody. I'm not gonna scream. If you don't hear me, if you don't empathize with me as a woman, as a human being, goodbye. Goodbye. Simple. Goodbye. Because if a stranger can help me clear off my issue, and a stranger can take care of me and put me on a pedestal within 24 hours of knowing me, versus people who've known me my whole life can't even do anything like empathize with me, that's a free characteristic trait. But character development, it really starts within. Things to do for free, like, if you can't even care for me for free, and a person that barely knows me, like how y'all say y'all know me, like, can really step it up, that shows a lot about y'all. And I really don't have the capacity to keep explaining who I am. Those who get it, get it. Those who don't. I don't care who you are, who you say you are in my life anymore. Get going. And for my sanity, for my peace, and for my organization of how I see my life, I ain't gonna argue with you. Blocked. 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 I'm not even gonna sit here and play with you. I'm gonna sit here and argue with you. Goodbye. Blocked. And if you want to violate policies at work, that's okay. I'm gonna report you to human resources and the general manager for you to know what it is. Because I'm so sick and tired of like this narrative of like, oh, why you didn't speak up? Why you wait 20 years? That bullshit ass narrative that y'all do to women. Why you didn't say that? I said it. Now what you gonna do about it? I said there is a problem. Now what are you gonna do about it? Because now you're responsible. If you're in a place of position where you're supposed to be handling these policies and issues in certain environments and atmospheres, what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Because you have the capacity and to analyze and investigate the situation and make sure that everybody under your facility and your management is safe. So, therefore, I say this to say, because like, I feel like everything's been leading up to a moment, seriously. Like, even with my music, I take a little bit of hiatus to formulate things in a manner where we're progressive, where I'm going to be in a space where millions of people will know who I am. And I'm going to take my time formulating that in an organized fashion where I get honored for that. Oh, my elbow is ashy. Okay? And also, I want you also, if you're going through some hardships and stuff like that, do not internalize the incompetence of other people. Fuck them. Like, blocked. I look too good to stress. And it costs too much to be depressed. Okay? So, therefore, with this solar eclipse, if you're a woman, you know, have fun. Have fun manifesting. Have fun being creative, imagining how you want to see your life moving forward. Because we don't have the time and the capacity anymore to deal with other people and their crap. I really don't. So set your intentions right. This little new solar lunar eclipse, you know. Ooh. And I want you guys to really see life in an infinite manner, honoring divine feminine. Because it's up. It's up. It's up, okay? Let me know what you think and what your thoughts are going on with the solar eclipse. I'm going to post this video like today. So, yeah. Okay. I love you, me and Sam. I did say a lot of things. And I wanted you guys to get a full grasp and understanding of where I am in life and keep you updated. Like, yeah, I do have a new job. I don't have a car right now, but that's okay. I got the money to get to and from work. And thank you to those who've helped me on this journey. Because seriously, if it really wasn't for y'all, like my mental health will be in a frenzy. I do what I do because this is what I was placed here on earth to do. I don't got time for anybody else and their negativity and their stupidness. Seriously, I got stuff here. I don't care. Okay? Love you, mean team. MAEVUIM signing out. Bye.